All right, hello guys. Today we are going to learn how to multiply our matrices by using a graphing calculator. So hopefully this will make the process a whole lot easier for us. So first of all, we have to turn our calculator on. So we click the on button and we don't want to see that again. And the other thing I'm going to have you do is go ahead and clear the memory of your calculator so that way you don't have any other matrix stuff in there that's going to mess you up. So to do that, see this mem right here in blue? That's what we want. So we're going to click our blue second button, mem, and then right here where it says reset, we're going to go to that one. So I can just click the number 7, and then it'll give me that. And I want to reset all RAM. And yes, we do want to reset. All right, so now any matrix that was already in there is going to be all nice and cleared for you. So it's not going to give you any issue when you're entering in your new ones. So you may notice this button here, it says matrix above it, right there in blue. So we're going to do second and then that button right below it. And then we have this list come up of names of all of our matrices. So we can plug in, oh my gosh, we can plug in so many matrices to do operations with. Now, in order to enter our matrices, we want to go over to the Edit tab. And the first one we want to edit is Matrix A. So let's go ahead and click Enter. And now we can enter in Matrix A. And the first thing it's going to ask us for are the dimensions. So remember the dimensions. First, you want to do the rows. So if I go ahead and I make this Matrix A and this Matrix B, looks like A is going to be a 2 by 2 matrix. So we're going to do 2, click Enter, and now I can enter a 2 again. Now if you clicked the wrong button, you can just click the over, and it'll go back to editing whatever number you wanted to fix. But we're done, so we'll go ahead and click Enter. Now I can start entering in the elements from my matrix. So I'm going to first enter in the 1 in row 1, column 1. So that's going to be a -6. And then when I click Enter, it takes me to the next one to the right of it. So now I'm going to enter a 6, and then click Enter. Now it takes me to the second row, first column. And then I can click Enter and put my -4 in there. Now if you mess up and you accidentally type something wrong, you can just use your arrows to go over and edit the cell that the number that you want to. But we are all done with this. Now the thing, whenever you're in this edit mode of your matrix, you always have to click second and then quit. So every time you're done editing it, you have to click second quit in order to get out of that. And honestly, if you're ever in anything that you don't understand what it is, just click second quit and it'll take you right back to this regular screen. Okay, now let's go in and enter matrix B. So again, we're going to click second matrix and then go over to our edit. And this time we want to go down so that we are editing matrix B. So we're going to click Enter. And looks like the dimensions of matrix B are 3 rows by 2 columns. So 3 by 2. And you can always look at what your matrix, how the numbers are positioned to make sure it looks the same as the matrix you're wanting to enter in. So that way you can double check to make sure you did it correctly. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug in all of our elements. We have -4, -2, -5, 3, 3, and 5. All right, so we are all entered. We're going to go ahead and exit out of this. Click second quit. All right, now that we have both of those matrices plugged into our calculator, we can go ahead and multiply them. So in order to do that, we want our matrix to show up right here where our blinking cursor is. So we're going to click second matrix. And now we want to stay on the names tab. We don't want to go over to edit because we're already done editing. So we're just going to click Enter and see how this A comes up. That means the matrix that we entered in for A is now being computed right there. So we're going to multiply. So we click times, and then let's go ahead and second matrix and go down, and this time we're going to click Enter on B. So now we have A times B. We click Enter, and it says the dimensions are mismatched. Well, if you look at your dimensions here, we can't even multiply these matrices. So anytime you have something like this, we're going to go ahead and write undefined. So that way we know we can't multiply the matrix. Now, whenever you're doing these on a worksheet or something, you probably want to check the dimensions first. So that way you don't go through all of that trouble of entering it in and then it doesn't even work. You know, you just wasted all that time. So we're going to go ahead. It's on quit. So I'm going to click enter to go ahead and quit that. And we'll clear and we'll try again with this second one. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is label my matrices A, B, and C. And you probably want to check the dimensions. I already know this works out, so we can just go ahead and plug this in. But always check those dimensions first. Okay, let's go ahead and enter these new matrices. So we're going to go to second matrix, over to edit, and we want to redo matrix A. So it's already a 2 by 2, so I'm just going to click enter twice to get down into my matrix to start editing those numbers. So let's go ahead and enter all those. We have a 3, 5, 1, 2. Now that we're done entering, again, you have to do second quit. And then go back into matrix and over to edit. Now we can edit matrix B. So for matrix B, that's going to be a 2 by 2. And we have a 4, 4, -5, and -1. All right, done with that one. So we're going to second quit. That's kind of the only annoying thing about doing our matrices on a calculator is you have to click second quit all the time. All right, now we want to go down and edit matrix C. So this one we have 2 rows and 3 columns. So we're going to do a 2 by 3. Again, double check, make sure your numbers are in the same positions as they are in the matrix on your paper. So we're going to do 1, -4, 1, -4, 3, and 2. Okay, so we're going to quit that. Now we're going to go ahead and type this in exactly as we see it here. So first we see matrix A. So let's go ahead and do second matrix and insert matrix A. Then we have a times, and then I see a parenthesis, so I'm going to put my parenthesis in there. We're going to insert matrix B times, and then lastly we're going to insert matrix C. In our last parenthesis. Click enter, and oh my gosh, look at how easy that was. This probably would have taken you a lot more time if you did it by hand. So we can go ahead and write down our answer. We have a 2 by 3 matrix, and it gives us all of our numbers right in there. -41, 73, 1, -14, 30, and -2. All right, now you know how to multiply using our calculator. You can also do all the other operations on here. You can add, you can subtract, you can multiply by a scalar, but to be honest, since those are so easy, it actually ends up being more time trying to plug in your matrices to a calculator. But it's a good way to check your answers, make sure you're right. So there you go.